Hello, I'm Dr. Steve Hotze here at the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, and I ran in this morning to a longtime guest of ours, Stormy O'Mordian, who is from Franklin, Tennessee. And she's been a guest of ours since 2005, and I wanted you to meet her because she has a remarkable story. Stormy, tell us, how did you hear about us and how did you happen to come in?
Well, how I heard about you is one of my closest friends, since we raised our children together. She was working on her house. She was a painter, a fancy painter,
Right.
Very fancy painting. And so she was doing some things in our house, and I noticed she had this horrible cough, and she was sick, and she was not feeling good, no energy, headaches, just all of that. And I was worried about her, really worried about her, and I thought she was working too hard and the chemicals and everything. And she said she found this place that she'd heard of from some of her clients who had been here, and they recommended she come to Hotze Clinic, and so she did. And I saw her 2 weeks later, and I could not believe it was the same person. I couldn't believe. She had energy, her eyes were bright, her skin was clear, she didn't have a cough anymore, she'd lost weight. It was the most remarkable, just a transition into health and wellness that I'd ever seen. And so I said, you've got to give me the information. So I called right away. I called immediately. And this was a week before Christmas. No one goes anywhere a week before Christmas,
Right.
No, I thought, I am going. With the first opening they have, I'm taking it. And so I did. I came here, and it changed my life, Dr. Hotze. And I'm so grateful for that because
What kind of symptoms were you having that brought you in?
I had a migraine headache at least 5 times a week, almost every day. Severe, where it would just, with the blind spots and the flashing eye lights,
Right.
and all of that, just incapacitating. And then I had terrible allergies. The sinuses were just a mess. I couldn't breathe. Always sick. Always taking antibiotics. And I was taking synthetic hormones just thinking I was doing the right thing after having a hysterectomy. But I was just getting all these horrible symptoms. Just exhaustion beyond, and depression and all that. And when I came here, I'm telling you, that turned around within 30 days. It was turned around totally. I did the allergy testing, and I was taking the drops. I had all of these supplements, and we did everything with good, healthy supplements. I didn't take any medicine, none, when I was coming here.
Well, let me make a point here that Stormy's made. At the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, I believe, and we believe, that every one of our guests deserves a doctor who will become their health coach.
Yes.
And partner with them to get them on a path of health and wellness.
That's right.
Naturally, so they enjoy a better quality of life without the use of pharmaceutical drugs.
That was very important because the minute Dr. Sheridan was the doctor I saw. The minute he took me off of the synthetic hormones and put me on bioidentical hormones, everything started to change. And plus with the allergy drops, because I was tested, you just tested for everything. It was amazing. Just all of these things. You did every test, that I needed.
Now listen, tell us what year you were born.
1942.
Can you believe that? 1942. I thought I was going to drop my jaw.
Going to be 75 in September.
Is this
just a couple
remarkable or
months.
what? Now, since 2005, how many books have you written?
Probably about 50.
50 books since 2005.
Yeah, probably, because I'd only written about 5 or 6 before that. So you see the energy I had?
Right.
After
Well, let me ask you this. Do
Yeah.
you think, if you hadn't have come in here and you stayed on the same path you were on, do you think you would have written those books?
No, I wouldn't have written those books. I really doubt if I'd be alive, because I had osteoporosis. I had so many things wrong.
And you had osteoporosis, and that's completely been corrected.
Totally gone, and it was all natural. We did it naturally. I didn't take any medicine. These are just natural protocols that they had given me, and I couldn't believe it as I watched my tests come up, and back into normal. It was really amazing.
I told you this is a remarkable story, and we hear thousands and thousands of remarkable stories from over 30,000 guests we've seen over the last 27 years. I want to encourage you to get your thyroid report
Yes.
You can click on that thyroid report there on the link and download that. And then you can understand, we believe anybody who has the signs and symptoms of low thyroid deserves a therapeutic trial of desiccated natural thyroid, even if their blood work is normal, because the blood work is always going to encompass 95% of the people. That's how they define the normal range. The lab does. Wherever 95% of the people fall, they say that's normal. So it's as tall as the Empire State Building, as the lab range, as wide as the Grand Canyon. So
Yes.
if you had an optimal level when you were young and now your level's down low, it's still within the range. But we want it to be at an optimal level.
And that's what mine was. I had hypothyroidism.
Hypothyroid.
Yes, and I mean it was low, and you started me on this natural thyroid, and I had energy. I never feel tired in the afternoon anymore. I mean, it was really miraculous, and that's why I wanted to thank you. I got this
Yeah.
book for you.
She gave us a book, Out of Darkness.
And the reason I'm giving this is my autobiography, and the reason I'm giving it to Dr. Hotze because on page 222 in here, I talk about how coming here really changed my life. It was such an important part of my life that I had to include it in here, and I really want to recommend anybody who wants to find out what happened and how I got to be 74 without dying earlier,
Right.
because I didn't see how I was going to make it.
Now listen, it's expensive coming here, isn't it?
Yeah, it is,
Okay.
but so worth it. It's so worth it. It's not outrageous. It's not outrageous. It really isn't. It's worth the price to have all these tests taken, to come here to get the treatment. These are all medical doctors, yet they understand how important it is to have natural treatment to get me back into just normal from osteoporosis naturally. That's
Well,
amazing.
think about this.
It's
Had you
wonderful.
not come in here and you stayed on that program, you wouldn't have written all these books.
No.
Your income would have been dramatically less.
Yes.
I mean, no telling where you'd be now.
I'd probably be in a hospital if I was lucky.
So anyway, if we can help you, if you want to get on a path of health and wellness and enjoy a better quality life, don't hesitate to give us a call at 281-698-8698, and be sure to download the thyroid report today. I'm Dr. Hotze. Thank you, Stormy, for
You're
joining us. You're a
welcome.
sweetheart.
Oh, I'm glad to. Thank you so much.